It was supposed to be a quiet suburban dream, a place where the biggest worry was making sure the lawn was mowed on time and the trash cans were neatly tucked away. My neighborhood, with its manicured lawns and friendly waves, seemed to be the epitome of peaceful living. I thought I had a decent relationship with my neighbors and, by extension, the Homeowners Association, HOA, an entity I believed was there to maintain order and harmony. Little did I know this peace was about to be shattered by a neighbor who would redefine the meaning of entitlement. This woman, whom I'll call Karen, wasn't just a simple nuisance. She was a master manipulator who would weaponize the HOA rules against me to achieve her own selfish agenda. The trouble began with a letter, formal and official-looking, stamped with the HOA's logo. It was a bill for a utility service she claimed was shared between our properties, demanding I pay over $200 for water usage. I was completely baffled. I had never agreed to any shared services. My first thought was that it might be for a shared irrigation or sprinkler system I was unaware of, but it seemed unlikely. To get to the bottom of it, I decided to be proactive and responsible. I checked with other neighbors. None of them had ever received such a bill. Confused but wanting to resolve things amicably, I contacted the HOA management office. The response from the HOA was stunning. They informed me that they had not issued any such bill and that this was a private arrangement Karen had apparently tried to set up, without their knowledge or approval. Karen had essentially forged a utility bill, using the HOA's logo to give it legitimacy, and was trying to extort money from me. I sent her a polite message, explaining that since I never agreed to this private service and the HOA had no knowledge of it, I would not be paying. I suggested we talk and find a neighborly solution. This act of polite refusal, however, was just the beginning of a relentless nightmare. Karen did not take kindly to my refusal. Within days, the harassment began. She started posting aggressive, hostile notes on the community bulletin board, accusing me of shirking my responsibilities and costing the neighborhood money. Her accusations were baseless and public, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere. The situation escalated rapidly when she started sending me a barrage of text messages, demanding payment and threatening to take me to small claims court. I tried to ignore her, hoping that if I didn't engage, the situation would simply blow over. But Karen had a different plan. One afternoon, I heard a loud knock on my front door. Standing there were two police officers, their expressions serious. They asked if I was the one who owed money for some kind of HOA bill. I was completely floored. I explained the situation to them, calmly telling them about the fake bill and my conversation with the HOA management office. I showed them my phone, which contained the messages from Karen and the HOA, proving that I had been targeted unfairly. The officers told me that Karen had called 911, reporting me for refusing to pay HOA fees and demanding I be arrested for non-payment. I was stunned that she would use emergency services for a civil dispute. As the officers tried to contact Karen, she became even more irate, demanding they take immediate action against me. She accused me of fraud, theft, and intentionally avoiding payment, making wild and unsubstantiated claims. By now, the entire neighborhood was watching the unfolding drama, with some neighbors even coming forward to support me, stating that they had never heard of such a bill and that Karen was notorious for causing trouble. The police, seeing the situation for what it was, explained to Karen that HOA fees and utility bills are civil matters, not criminal ones. They informed her that emergency services are not to be used to resolve such disputes and that if she wanted to pursue the matter, she would have to do so through the courts. Karen was furious and accused the police of being biased. With tensions high, I knew I had to take a more formal approach. I decided to gather all my evidence, the fake bill, our text message exchange, my communication with the HOA, and present it at the next HOA board meeting. I laid out my case clearly, explaining how Karen had fabricated a bill and was harassing me to pay it. The board members were shocked. They told me that Karen had violated HOA rules by acting independently and misrepresenting official charges. The HOA board took swift action, fining Karen for her actions and ordering her to cease all harassment. They also apologized to me for the trouble she had caused. But Karen, in her stubbornness, refused to back down. She tried to rally other neighbors to her side, spreading malicious rumors that I was a deadbeat who was trying to avoid my community responsibilities. It was a desperate attempt to salvage her reputation, but it backfired. That's when I decided to take my story to a broader audience. I posted the entire ordeal on Reddit's r/EntitledPeople, sharing every detail and piece of proof I had. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of people sided with me, calling out Karen's entitled and manipulative behavior. The public shaming, combined with the official action from the HOA, finally seemed to get through to her. The HOA warned her that if she continued her behavior, they would take legal action against her. The harassment finally stopped, and the neighborhood slowly returned to its quiet, peaceful state. This whole experience was a harsh lesson in community dynamics, but it also taught me a lot about standing up for myself. I learned the importance of documenting everything, relying on official channels, and refusing to be intimidated. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember these key takeaways. Don't be bullied into paying for something you never agreed to. Stay calm and gather proof, and involve the proper authorities to resolve the issue. And sometimes, sharing your story can be the most powerful tool you have.